Welcome to the new section. Inside this section, we're going to focus on two primary goals. The first goal is to set up dark mode inside our UI application. Let me show you the demo of dark mode and how our application is going to look like by the end of this section. We're going to build an icon like this inside the header part. By default, we're going to show our website using light mode, but if an end user want to use dark mode, they can click on this, and with that our entire UI application, it is going to move to the dark mode and everything is going to be visible clearly even in the dark mode also. We need to make some good amount of changes on the CSS styling. We're going to have normal CSS, which is going to be leveraged and applied during the light mode. But when the end user is switching to the dark mode, the other set of CSS classes, they are going to be applied so that the look and feel of the website is going to change. This is one goal. And the other goal is on the backend side, as of now, we are using the H2 database to store all our products related information. But like I said before, in real applications, H2 database is not going to be used. Instead, a proper production database like MySQL, Oracle, Postgres, MongoDB, we have many DB options available, but inside this course, we're going to leverage MySQL database. By the end of this section, we're going to migrate our backend from H2 database to MySQL database. I hope you're clear with the agenda. Now let's try to understand how to build this dark mode inside our web application. For the same, I need to go to the Tailwind CSS and open these docs. Inside the documentation page, if you go to the core concepts, there is a section about dark mode. Let me click on the same. Inside this page, we're going to have all the details on how to set up dark mode by using Tailwind CSS. Here they also give some example. On the left hand side, you'll be able to see a div with the light mode. But when someone is trying to switch to the dark mode, the same div styling is going to change. For example, the background of the div is completely changed. Let's read more details about this dark mode here. If I scroll down, first, as a very first step, we need to make sure we are mentioning this line inside the CSS file where we are importing the Tailwind CSS. As of now, we are importing this Tailwind CSS inside our index.css. In the same CSS file, we need to add this line. With this, we are going to get a custom variant called dark. By using this dark, we should be able to specify what are the CSS classes that we want to apply when a dark mode is activated. If you can move to the app, here we have this example. As you can see here, for this div, they have mentioned background as white, which is an utility class available inside the Tailwind CSS to apply white color to the background of the div. After this BG white, if you see, there is a prefix we are trying to use dark colon followed by, this time we are trying to use background gray 800 utility class. With this kind of setup, what is going to happen is when the dark mode is activated, whatever classes that we have built by having these dark prefix, they are going to be activated. Whereas in the normal mode or in the light mode, the normal CSS classes which does not have this dark prefix, all of them, they are going to be applied. For example, here, rounded LG, this is going to be applied for all kind of scenarios, even for the dark mode also. The same applies for PX-6, PY-8, ring, shadow, everything. The only important point that you need to be aware is, if you want to apply two variants of same utility class based upon the light mode and dark mode, under such scenarios, you need to provide both the utility classes. The very first utility class I'm trying to say without any prefix. So this background white is going to be considered during the light mode. Whereas when the dark mode is activated, I want the background gray 800 to be applied. That's why we need to make sure we are using this prefix dark colon. The same dark custom variant we're trying to create with the help of this setting here. Once defining this setting inside the index.css, we need to revisit all our HTML files and we need to make sure we are mentioning the required CSS classes with the dark prefix so that the background color or any other changes that we want to apply in the dark mode will be leveraged by the Tailwind CSS to apply them when the dark mode is activated. This is only the introduction I'm trying to give, but we need to implement more other changes as well to implement dark mode inside our entire application. But from Tailwind perspective, you need to take care of these two steps. The very first step is to define this custom variant, followed by defining the dark mode CSS classes by using this syntax. Let's try to set up this dark mode inside our UI application from the next lecture.